Hi, my name is Sevan. My topic is from C programming language, the problem. The topic is consider a currency system in which there are notes of six denominations, namely rupees 1, rupees 2, rupees 5, rupees 10, rupees 50, rupees 100. If the sum of rupees n is input, write a program to computer smallest number of notes that will combine to give rupees n. C programming language is a general purpose computer programming language. It is created in the 1970s by Dennis Ritchie and remains very widely used in influential by design. C's features clearly reflect the capabilities of the targeted CPUs. It has found lasting use in operating systems, device drivers, protocol stacks, though decreasingly for application software and is commonly in computer architectures that range from the largest supercomputers to smallest controllers and embedded systems. The successor to the programming language B C was originally developed at Bell Labs by Dennis Ritchie between 1972 and 1973 to construct utilizers running on Unix. It was applied to re-implementing the kernel of Unix operating system. During the 1980s, C gradually gained popularity. It has become one of the most widely used programming languages, with C compilers available for almost all modern computer architectures and operating systems. She has been standardized by ANSI since 1989, ANSIC, and by International Organization for Standardization (ISO). C is an imperative procedural language supporting structured programming, programming lexical variable scope and recursion with a static type system. It was designed to be compiled to provide low-level access to memory and language constructs that map efficiently to machine instructions, all with minimal runtime support. Despite its low-level capabilities, the language was designed to encourage cross-platform programming. A standards compliant C program written with probability in mind can be compiled for a wide variety of computer platforms and operating systems with few changes to its source code. Since 2000, C has consistently ranked among the top two languages in the TIOBE index, a measure of the popularity of programming languages. C is an imperative procedural language in the ALGOL tradition. It has a static type system in C. All, all executable code is contained within subroutines, also called functions. Though, though not in the same sense of the functional programming language, function parameters are passed by the value. Although arrays are passed as pointers, the address of the first item in the array passed by reference is simulated in C by explicitly passing pointers to the thing being referenced. C programming source text is free format using the semicolon as a system separator and curly braces for grouping blocks of the statements. Input format and output format. The first line contains an integer t, total number of test cases, then follows t lines. Each line contains an integer n. For each test case, display the smallest number of nodes that will combine to give n in a new line. Constraints 1 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 1000. 1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 10 lakhs. C code. First we use hash include stdio.h and we use int main and int amt comma total. Print means it prints. Scan means it takes the input. Printf we use printf to print and scanf to scan this or take the variables. Printf first is printf input the amount scanf percentile d and amt. Total is equal to int into amt by 100. We use at last semicolon for scanf, printf, and total. Printf in brackets there are next line continuous printf. We use this n for giving the code in next line. Percentile d nodes of 100 comma total. Amt is equal to amt minus total into 100. Next line goes to total is equal to into amt by 50. Printf percentile d nodes of 50 comma total. Amt is equal to amt minus total into 50. Total is equal to int into amt by 20. Printf of percentile d nodes of 20 total comma total. Amt is equal to amt minus total into 20. Total is equal to into amt by 10. Amt means amount. Print f percentile d nodes of 10 comma total. Amt means amount is equal to amount minus total into 10. Total is equal to into amount by 5. Printf percentile d nodes of 5 total. Amt is equal to amt minus total into 5. Total is equal to int into amt by 2. Printf of percentile d nodes of 2 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 2. Next line total is equal to integer into amount by 1. At last we use printf of brackets percentile d nodes of 1 rupee comma total. At last we use return 0 the codex. Sample output 1. Input the amount 375. There are 3 nodes of 100, 1 note of 50, 1 note of 20, 0 notes of 10, 1 notes of 5, 0 notes of 20, 0 notes of 1. and the next sample output 2. Input the amount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 notes of 100, 1 note of 50, 0 notes of 20, 0 notes of 10, 1 notes of 5, 0 notes of 2, 0 notes of 1. Sample output 3. Input the amount 2000. There are 20 notes of 100, 0 notes of 50, 0 notes of 20, 0 notes of 10, 0 notes of 5, 0 notes of 2, 0 notes of 1. Next, flow chart. First, the first column include stdio.h. Next line int main. Next use int amount comma total. Print f of input the amount. Scanf of percentile d comma and amount. Total is equal to int into amount by 100. Printf there are printf we use n for taking the output in next line. Percentile d notes of 100 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 100. Total is equal to int into amount by 50. Printf percentile d notes of 50 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 50. Total is equal to int of int of amount by 20. Printf of percentile d notes of 20 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus 20 total into 20. Total is equal to int into amount by 10. Printf of percentile d notes of 10 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 10. Total is equal to int into amount by 5. Printf of percentile d notes of 5 comma total. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 5. Total is equal to int, int of amount by 2. Amount is equal to amount minus total into 2. Total is equal to int into amount by 1. Printf of percentile d notes s of 1 comma total. At last we use return 0 and for the program it's the flowchart. Flowchart flowchart in C is a diagrammatic representation of sequence of logical steps of a program. Flowcharts use simple geometric shapes to depict processes and across to show relationships and process by data flow. A flowchart in C language is a graphical representation of an algorithm. Okay. Solution in C++. In C++, we use IOS string, hashtag, hash include IOS string. Next line hash include vector. The next line hash include cstdio using namespace std. The next line int t. The next line int n. And the next line int main. We use scanf in percentile t comma and percentile t. Next line while of t scan percentile t comma n. Next solution in C++. C programming language is a machine independent programming language that is mainly used to create many types of applications and operating systems such as Windows and other complicated programmings such as the Oracle database, Git, Python interpreter, and games. Operating systems, a high-level programming language built in the C programming language, was used to construct the first operating system, which was Unix. GUI, graphical user interface, embedded systems, Google, design of compiler, Mozilla Firefox, and Thunderbird, gaming and animation, MySQL, solution in Python. T is equal to int of input. Int means integer. A is equal to in list will take A is equal to 100 comma 50 comma 10 comma 5 comma 2 comma 1 for in range of t. N is equal to int of input. B is equal to 0 for x in A. If x less than or equal to n, b is equal to b plus n by x. N is equal to n percentile x. Print b. Solve. Int sum is equal to 0. Std vector into coins is equal to 100 comma 50 comma 10 comma 5 comma 2 comma 1. For auto, the coin sum is equal sum plus is equal to n by c. N is equal to n percentile c. Print answer. Print f percentile d by n comma sum. At last we use return 0. The next, the solution in Python. Python is often used as support language for software developers for build control and management testing, and in many other ways. SCONS for build control, build bot, and page jump for automated continuous completion and testing. Python works on different platforms such as Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. Python has a simple syntax similar to the English language. Python has syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages. Python runs on an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed soon as it is written. This means that prototyping can be very quick. Python can be treated in a procedural way, an object-oriented way, or a functional way. Difference between C and Python. Definition: C language, Python language. C is a general purpose programming language that is extremely popular, simple, and flexible. It is a machine independent structured programming language which is used extensively in various applications. Whereas in Python language, Python is a general purpose interpreted, interactive, object oriented, and a high level programming language. Type: as mentioned, C structure typed programming language and following imperative programming model, although it is statically typed. On the other hand, Python is object-oriented type programming language and is dynamically typed. Okay. The variable declaration variables are need to be declared in C before get used in code further. While on other hand in Python, no need of variable declaration for its use. Thank you.